Hello, Denny. Hi, Kelly.
Hey there.
Hello, hello. Have you played pickleball in the event center yet?
Yeah.
How you like the how you like the feel of the court?
So a court feels great.
Is it a did you do anything special with it? Did you put any certain type of flooring on it or underneath of it?
No, actually, I talked to him about that, but everybody loves it. It's got enough grit to it, and it is really nice.
What do you keep the temperature at in your building there?
77, 78. Then if I'm going to have an event, I'll take it down a little bit.
What's the square footage on it?
Roughly 6,000 with a mezzanine.
Wow, it's good size.
Go big or go home.
Agreed. You should rent out space in that thing. Get your pickleball pro shop in there.
I got a ball machine.
Automatic feeder.
Yep.
Those are the best.
So I want you guys to know, I want you guys to benefit. I'm talking to everyone, but specifically Kelly and Louise. I know Recon is zippy and we keep it moving. You did a great job there. Here, you can help and you're part of the team. However, I want you to be an agent too. How can you benefit? So.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's it's always good when we can practice too. And Lord knows I need a lot of. I bought a Tesla this past weekend.
Oh, which model?
The Model 3.
Okay.
And you won't spring to take your wife to a soccer game?
It's probably why I'm not going to the soccer game.
What's your wife's number?
I have it in my phone.
Did you test drive the Y, the Model Y?
Yeah, I drove them all. It's mainly for my son, so I didn't want
So
to
can
go
people
too.
send their note takers without them showing up? Is that how it works?
I wonder if they automatically log in when it's a calendar event.
I don't know. I got to find that out. Well, it's about top of the hour. So I know other people will be logging in. Don't want to waste your time. Let's get rocking and rolling and let's make this class helpful for you. Welcome to Mastery. Denny Grimes here. It's the 14th of November and it's Friday. So let's talk about some things that would benefit you. I have something I want to share with you really fast. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, if you haven't checked out the YouTube channel, Denny Grimes Master of Real Estate, go and join. Working towards 2,000 subscriptions, which would be great. That's the QR code, or go to dennysmastery.com. It's most Fridays, 1 to 2 Eastern. So get on our list. We have some good stuff for you. And what we practice is question-based conversations, question-based listening in hand. So here's my thought of the day. And I thought we could go into it a little bit. And I shared this with my team today. If you've been on Recon, which is a daily role play, most of you know what that is. I shared a little tidbit here, but I'll share this with you because I thought it was important. I learned this last week, and they asked people involved in a transaction what word best describes their real estate agent. And the aha to me is that people love the word advisor. So when you have that opportunity, you're not a buyer's agent, team member, realtor, all those things are great, I guess, but advisor, kind of put that in your pipe and smoke it a little bit and see how that might fit for you. I've got more information, the background of all these slides, but I'm just giving you a quick little glimpse. What I'd like to talk about here really fast is this. I found this interesting. It's ask the sellers, which emotional aspect of selling do you wish your agent had better prepared you for? And a great agent can have great conversations and also tell them what's going to happen next or what might happen next. And there's a lot of sayings out there. You can Google it about controlling expectations. I think one of them, guys, is, controlling your expectation is a key to happiness. I mean, you can kind of agree with that, right? So one of the things we want to do, and I had a conversation on my morning huddle with my team today about how do they prepare their sellers. Now, they finally get a contract. I'm in Florida. We're a buyer's market here. Days on the market are growing. Sellers are not 100% happy with what they're selling for. Finally get a contract. Now, you understand the emotional ups and downs of a real estate transaction. How are you preparing your seller for the fact that roughly 50% of our transactions cancel at the inspection? So, do you have a conversation? Are you having a conversation with your sellers to let them know of what might happen? Because on this slide, it says that the key things that bother them, 20% on negotiation, if you can't read the slide behind me, and 19% are emotionally balled up over the inspection anxiety. So let's take a second right now, and I'm happy to role play with you something I might have a conversation with a seller about, and we can let you talk too. And if there's nobody wanting to go any further with this, we'll just
Role play with me. I like this. I have conversations about expectations with my clients all the time. So yeah, role play with me. You're the agent and I'm the consumer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we obviously have a relationship. Homes aren't selling in 15 minutes, so we've probably been on the market a month or so. We have a relationship, and Louise, so we had an offer, you've accepted it. Okay, so Louise, now that we have an accepted offer, can I share with you what's going to happen next?
Yes, please do.
Now that is the same line, you guys, the same exact same words I say to a seller that when we're going to list and to get the knuckle bump, do you mind if I share with you what's going to happen next? Listen, every one of us always want to know what's going to happen next. I am already nervous about Sunday when the Bucks play the Bills. I wonder what's going to happen next. So here we go. So Louise, so what's going to happen next? Okay, so as you know, we talked about the inspection contingency. Let's have a conversation about that. Right now in our marketplace, based on the market, as we know, it's a buyer's market, 50% of the transactions, like the one we're creating here today, will cancel because of the inspection.
Well, that
does that surprise you?
does. Yes, that's a high percentage.
So I want to prepare you for that because I want to tell you what that means and what that doesn't mean. First of all, we're using the contract as we discussed, it's as is. So if there's anything at all that the buyer sees if they don't like, they don't have to move forward. And likewise, on your side, you don't have to make any corrections. So when a buyer, 50% of the buyers are canceling because of the inspection, I want you to know if that happens to us, number one, don't take it personally. Secondly, it may have nothing to do with your house. It has everything to do with the buyer not being committed to buying it. And they're using the inspection as the boogeyman. So don't take it personally. Now, if there's major things that come up, that we may have to address them, and I'm sure you want to address them anyway, but the bottom line is this. For them to cancel inside of 7 days or 10 days, I don't want you to be emotionally invested in that because if they're going to cancel, it is a blessing that they pull out of the transaction inside 7 or 10 days, instead of like the movie Runaway Bride, where they leave us at the altar of the wedding. So I'm just going to stop right now, and you guys can fill in the blanks. Louise, you can tell me what you like, what you don't like. What do you guys think about that conversation? It's pretty direct. I'm letting them know it's, hey, half of them's going to cancel. And I really believe this. Have you ever seen a buyer cancel a transaction over a spider web in the closet? I mean, something super silly. They'll do it. So it has nothing to do with getting a pre-inspection. Because if you get a pre-inspection, the seller, and I'm not against it, but a seller can fix everything. However, if the buyer gets buyer's remorse, and the bottom line, and my daughter came up with this statement today, if the buyer's not in love with the house, they're not going to buy it. And if they're not going to buy it, I want to know as soon as possible. Give me your thoughts.
I
Wake
like
up,
the
Luz.
statistics that you shared. 50% of the properties under contract will come out of contract after the inspection. So that tells me we have a 50-50 chance, right? What else? I liked your presentation of it. I do what you do, and I dive in just a little bit more with the inspection. May I share with you one thing I add?
Sure.
I say, Denny, buyers pay a decent amount of money to have a property inspected, and the inspector is going to find items with the property. If they didn't, a buyer would feel like they wasted their money. So our goal is to identify the things that are a deal breaker and not be worried about things that are cosmetic. So I'm just going to ask you to be prepared for items to be found on the inspection, because the inspector is doing their job. And we'll address the deal breaker items if there are any, and if they're not, then that's good. But I prepare them to know that there is no inspection where an inspector comes out and says it's an A+, there's nothing to be found.
Totally agree. Let them know it's probably going to be 60 pages. And, however, the only thing I'd caution you on, you're talking about deal breaking issues. If they are, I have seen many contracts in the market we're in, where we share the market in Florida. It's a deal breaker, but it's a small issue. The thing that I have discovered, and I like the conversation you're having, is that you make sure you understand and let them know it may have nothing to do with the inspection report, because the sellers think they can correct it to a point where the buyers will buy it. That's true some of the time. However, if the buyer's not emotionally attached to the home, we're in a market that if they wait a day or two, they'll find a better home anyway. You could tear the house down and completely rebuild it with no flaws whatsoever. I don't think it would change anything. And we talked about it at my team. It's kind of like if you have a breakup. Maybe you guys have never had a breakup with a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and maybe there's something that you didn't like the fact that they chewed their toenails in bed or something like that. And they say, "Oh, I'll change. Don't worry about it." It's kind of like when the lights go out in a relationship. I have found that you don't get the lights back on. It's just not a fit. So I agree totally with what we said. Hey, they're going to find some stuff. I just would recommend you let them know that sometimes there's going to be issues they find that are silly, and they're going to cancel. I just want you to know it has nothing to do. You can fix the issues, but they're still going to cancel. What they're saying is, I'm not in love with this house.
And then conversely, when it's a buyer that we have,
good point.
I say, Denny, you've submitted the offer on this property based on what you saw when you walked through the property. So what we're going to focus on, or I'm going to ask you when the inspection report comes in, to focus on the things that you didn't see, the plumbing behind the walls, the electrical, the roof. And because you submitted your offer based on what you physically saw. There are things you didn't see, and I'll ask you to focus on that with the inspection report.
Okay, there's got to be more to it than that.
No, that's it. So basically when they come back with, oh, there is a cracked wall plate at the light switch, we're not worried about that. You walked through, you saw that, you know.
Okay, I hear you on that. And so, and other people can put in the chat or something if you want to role play it, is that it sounds like though you're making your offer based on what you see and not what you don't see. Does it lead to them seeing the inspection report and now there's something behind the wall, so now they want to renegotiate the offer? It sounds like you're setting them up to do that. So my conversation with the buyer, and I'd be happy to role play this with anybody you want, but I let them know also the inspector is going to find some things. There's 3 categories. Now we have a contract in Florida, you could use it too. It's not the as is that obligates the seller to do certain things. So the contract is listed on the major things the seller has to fix up to a certain dollar amount. Then it lists some things that the contract or the seller does not have to do, like torn screens, fogged windows, a spider web, crazy stuff. And then there's the pesky little things that the contract doesn't mention, like, oh, the pocket door doesn't work, or the GFI outlet on the outside is rusty. So I prepare the buyer saying, listen, the inspector is going to find 3 things that are covered by the contract, things that are not covered by the contract, and things that are in the gray area. Gray areas are handyman things worth a couple $100. So it's similar. It's good that you prepare your buyer. And again, you want to prepare them because when they get the 30 or 60 page report, they're going to freak out a little bit. And your first conversation was good too. And the inspector's paid to find things. So they find things on brand new homes. Any other discussion on this?
Oh, I was going to add, for my buyers, I do 2 things. One, before we even make an offer on a contract, I let them know every house is not going to be perfect for anyone. You're always going to want to change something. So the goal is to find a home that at least meets 85% of your wants and needs. And then, because you're always going to revise something down the line. And then once we go under contract and we start doing inspections, I say to them, we're going to focus on the things that affect safety and insurability for the property. Anything outside of that is going to depend on what the sellers can or can't do. And then we're going to kind of have to go from there. But those are going to be our main priorities, are safety and insurance items.
I think that's great. The only thing I would add is I use a little rubbing compound on that. Rather than you tell them what you are going to do, ask them, would this be the path you'd want to take? Now they have some vested participation in that. But I think it's great. In fact, we have a list of words we can't say, and perfect home, that's 2 words, is right. The only perfect thing probably, and I say this tongue in cheek because you know I'm kind of like a whack. You know, my wife's got a perfect husband, okay? Other than that, I don't know what's perfect out there. All right, let's get into some things. How do you want to get better? If you want to work on something, you want to give me an objection, I'll model it for you and how I would handle it. I want you to be reminded of the model that we use. We did this on Recon today and just reminded people. Let me pull it up here for you really fast. Oh, I have to get these slides in better order. Here we are, right here.
I have a listing appointment tomorrow, and I would like to practice by being the seller, if you would be the agent.
Yep. All right.
Context, this is a referral from an agent.
That won't matter. Won't matter.
No context?
No.
Okay. Should I tell you the seller's motivation that I know
of? If you could do it in like 10 seconds.
They bought just last year, December 24, and they just don't like the area, so they want to sell.
Okay, and where are you?
North Florida, Tallahassee.
Okay, you're Florida too. All right, so all right, we're sitting at the table. I gave you my listing presentation, just like you will have done. And at some point in time, you're going to ask the question, are you ready to move forward? And is it Anaya?
Yes, perfect.
All right, leave yourself off mute. So are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to move
Yes.
forward, Anaya?
I think so, but I have some concerns about the 3% commission. Is that really necessary?
Okay, you say you have some concerns about the 3%, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I want you guys to remember, I'm going to demonstrate how I would do it. Okay, other than that, or is there anything else keeping us from moving forward right now?
Maybe just the timeline of everything and making sure that I can sell when I need to sell.
Okay, good. Like this, I'm going to write them down. What else, Anaya?
I think that's it.
Okay, now I'm going to pause just for a moment. The concept that we do and get in the habit of doing this, a very skilled person can deal with one thing and go to another, but I don't think that's the best way to do it. The most efficient way to handle a seller's objection is to get them all on the table. For example, she wants to talk about, she mentioned commission. She said commission, I think. She didn't say fee. She didn't say compensation. So I'll use her word. What good would it do you to spend 20 minutes on finally getting her to come around to your fee, what you can agree to, whatever it happens to be? And then she said, well, all right. Well, I don't like the timeline. So you want to get all of that out. And this is two. There's one more thing I want you, and again, because we practice listening, this is the mastery of it. What else did you pick up on what she said that may be concerning to you?
Is it the I think that's it?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, so Kelly, if you're going to ask when you ask your bride to marry you, like you say, well, hey, would you like to spend your life with me? Well, I think I might. I mean, do you see maybe the problem of that? I think. So I would say, okay, so I noticed you said you weren't really, so the way I would handle that back in role play. So I asked you if anything else, and you said you really don't think so. And you weren't really definitive on the other issues. So can we talk about them a little bit?
Okay. Since I just bought last year, 6% commission seems like a lot.
You
If I'm
said
gonna have to
three.
pay a
Wait, hang on, I'm not to
Oh,
interrupt
well,
you, but you said three, now you're saying six. So what is it?
sorry, let me do 6, meaning seller and buyer's agent is what we discussed. So 6 total, 3 and 3.
Okay. And what is the concern you have about the timeline?
Maybe it will be too soon, just in case. I don't want to leave, at this year. Maybe I want to start at the top of next year.
Well, can I just address that one first?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to give you the keys to the car. You 100% control timeline. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
So does that solve that issue?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the other thing you mentioned was commission. All right. So let's talk about that. First of all, if we can agree on my fee, have you made the decision to hire me?
Yeah, I think so. I'd be comfortable doing that.
There's that stupid, I think so. Okay, so tell me what you mean by, I'm in role play right now. This is exactly how I play it. So you don't seem definitive on, I think so. Explain that to me.
I guess coming out of role play, what you're saying is if there's an I think so, maybe they're not motivated to sell.
No, it may not mean that, but if my wife said, I think I want to marry you, I think there may be something we should be talking about before I go ahead and book the church.
Okay,
Would you
gotcha.
agree with that?
Okay, I'd agree. So let's just say yes then.
Okay, so y'all get me on this, you guys? I'm not going out on frozen ice on a lake that's like a bazillion feet deep unless I know it's solid. So if you leave the shore and make your first step on the ice, and I lived up north a long time ago, we had ice on water, and it starts cracking, does that give you confidence to go out further in the lake? So if you're hearing that, stop. So, all right, fair? All right, so let's say, all right, so if we agree on fair, you're ready to go forward, right?
Yes.
So the model, whenever you're talking about number, and the model up here is you have to clarify. Now notice what she said. I haven't addressed it yet, but do you remember what she said? I bought last year. Therefore, I don't think that fee is fair or whatever. I mean, does one have anything to do with the other? Maybe because she bought on a Saturday 2 years ago, that fee's not fair. So I'm leaving that alone purposely, but I've heard it. So what fee did you have in mind, Anaya?
Maybe 1.5% or 2% at most for each side.
1.5 or 2. So you're talking if a 4% fee total, that you were okay with that.
Yes.
Okay. So what if that 4% was 3% for me and 1% for the buyer? There's your 4%. Would you be okay with that?
I guess so, but I would want it to be fair for everyone.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Maybe splitting it evenly, 2% and 2%.
Well, if you wanted to be fair, if a builder will pay that buyer's agent, the agent who's bringing you a buyer 3%, and you're only willing to pay them 1.5%, is that fair?
No, I guess not. I hadn't thought about it that way.
So if you want to be fair, does that mean you want to be competitive?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah, I do want to be competitive in the fee and make sure that I'm getting everything I need to get.
Okay, my fee is 3%. So what are you willing to compensate the buyer's agent? So I'll stop there. Any feedback on that, you guys? It's exactly how I do a role play with a seller like that. What did you hear that you liked? What do you question before we go into something else? I'm opening it up to everybody.
You were super decisive at the end of that. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Divisive?
I just
or
decisive, like you just decisive, like you said my fee is 3%. What do you want to give to the other agent? What if I say no, I don't want to, or I want to match it in my mind? I'm going to, well, I have to match it so that it's fair if that's my stance.
Well, okay, so this is good. You picked that up on your ears and you picked up my tone. That's exactly the message I want to get. Because do you think if you're a decisive on things that are non-negotiable, do you think that works to your advantage in any negotiation? I dare you to drive up to Taco Bell and in your 6-pack of tacos is like $4.95 and see if you can get it for $3. They'll be pretty decisive. It's $4.95.
I like the distinction between fair and competitive. I think any homeowner is trying to make as much money as they possibly can. And does fair do that for you?
Good. Thanks for that feedback. Notice when I had that conversation, you know what didn't come back up? Well, I bought the house a year ago. So the message in that is they're going to utter a lot of things that don't really matter in the end. So don't feel like you have to fight every little ghost that pops their head up. Fair adds blur. Yeah, fair is kind of relative, isn't it? That's a good point. What's next, guys? Come on. What do you want to do? Thank you, Anaya. I hope that helps you.
Yes. Actually, okay. I saw Louise's comment about the tax and paying
Yeah, they
capital
might
gains
want
tax.
to their tax advisor or
What about the tax
the
advisor?
property appraiser. The property appraiser, because if they have a homesteaded property, they get the tax deduction up to a certain amount if they've occupied it 2 of the last 5 years. And there have been people that have sold before that time threshold is met, and they didn't realize that they were going to be responsible for the tax capital gains.
Would you
would go
mention
into
that?
What was that, Jenny?
Louise, you would go into capital gains?
If if they occupied the property less than 2 out of the last 5 years, I would ask them if they would feel, or if they would like to discuss with their tax advisor what that would look like. Yes, because I've had buyers come to me and buy a property and they sold their last one on month 23 and they didn't realize that 1 month would have made a difference to them.
Well, as you know, in Florida, if they bought a year ago, they're not selling for more money, so there's no gain here.
There's always a good, I don't know, there's always a good entry point opportunity, but we're knowledgeable. If that's something we can share with them, let's say we're not tax advisors, but this is something you might want to consider or investigate. It's worth it.
That's interesting. Residentially speaking, if they have to move, they don't like the neighborhood anymore, I'm probably not going down that road. But it's not a bad idea. I mean, I learned early on, you can disclose, more disclosure is better than less. But I think that's a decent point. So put it in the chat. You want to have a conversation, put in the chat. I got Kelly and Louise handling the chat, putting in good stuff. What would you like to get better at? You do the role play, I'll do the role play, whatever you want. If you can stump me, I'll put you in the drawing for a free Tesla. We're going to give away Kelly's new car. Jose, you're quiet. Hey, Ginger, good to see you again. Always welcome.
I'll role play an incoming call.
All right. Kelly, give him the call.
Go, ring, ring.
This is Jose with Keller Williams. How can I help you today?
Hey, Jose, I saw your house that you had for sale over on Tanglewood, and just want to know more about it.
Yeah, good old Tanglewood. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Kelly.
Kelly, again, my name is Jose Hernandez. Thank you so much for calling me today. What made you pick up the phone and call me today about that listing in Tanglewood?
Well, I saw your sign.
Okay. Now, what about the sign or the home caught your attention today particularly?
Well, I'm just riding around the area and just looking. It piqued my interest.
Okay, and while I pull this listing up, what would you like to know about the home?
Well, what's it going for?
Okay, let me pull it up. Now, out of role play, I knew exactly what I was going to ask, and then I lost it.
Are you
Price.
going to ask him what price range he's in?
Yeah, no,
Okay, well,
help me out.
all right.
You
Well, I'm going
can.
to pause you. Maybe they'll come to you. So I'm going to, we don't have a timer going on here. So Jose, that was better. I mean, I still think it's the way I would varnish the boat would be this. You ask, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to? Which is a very polite way to do it. But I like to give, then get. You answered the phone, you gave your name. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Oh, it's Kelly. He said his first name. Oh, this is Jose Hernandez. Blah, blah, blah. You were probably trying to get the number. That's what you're probably trying to think of. You see how that was clunky? You didn't get his last name.
Correct.
So if you follow this way and learn it this way, it'll generally work 99% of the time. And hello, hey, Kelly, I got this area in Tanglewood. Oh yeah, okay. Well, again, my name is Denny Grimes, and your name is, he said, Kelly, and your last name? Awesome, thank you so much. And in case we get disconnected, how can I get right back to you? Okay, well, I'll pull that information up. You asked 2 qualifying questions, and you didn't find out anything. You ask about, what had him calling about it or whatever, and he's just driving around. So you tried to get it, I thought about this after role play on Recon today when he said Tanglewood, and he said, okay, well, I want to know how much it is. How about this? Would this work? All right, well, let me pull it up. While I'm pulling it up, homes in the Tanglewood area range somewhere between 400 and 800. Is that the range you're looking for? Now that kind of gives you haven't got to that house yet, but if your house is 700 and he said, well, I'm trying to be around 500, haven't you gotten the information you need already? So when you pull that up, you can say, well, the house you're calling about is a little higher than that. Would you like to have more information about that? Or would you like me to pull up the information about the one in the price range you feel comfortable? How do you like that move?
I love it.
So let's do it again, Jose. Let's try to use my methodology on the front part, the first 15 or 20 seconds. And then you might have, another way to find out as you're buying that time while you're on free parking is, so are you in the market to own a home in this area? And that's kind of a direct way of getting around to it. All right, so let's try it again from the top. Go ahead, Kelly.
All right, ring, ring.
This is Jose with Keller Williams. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
This is Kelly.
Kelly, hi. Thanks for calling me. And your last name, Kelly?
Is Everhart.
What is your name, Jose?
Jose Hernandez.
I know, but give him your name.
Okay. So
Because when you answer the phone, Jose Hernandez, do you think he caught it? Most likely not.
okay.
You're
I get it.
expecting him to remember it. We get paid to remember names and we forget them all the time.
Got it. I have to incorporate that part of it. I did in the first role play, I gave him my first and last name to fish out his last name, but he only gave me Kelly. And I thought it rude to ask him for his last name.
No, you answered the phone with your name, but you didn't give it to him. You just answered the phone. All right, hey, I'm calling the house Tanglewood. Awesome. Now you got to start over.
Okay.
Oh, good. Thanks for your call. My name is Jose Hernandez. And your name? Kelly, and your last name. So you said it when you answered, but that doesn't count. Because he didn't get it.
Got it.
Take three. Here we go. You ready?
Let's go.
Ring, ring.
This is Jose with Keller Williams. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
This is Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Again, my name is Jose Hernandez with Keller Williams. What's your last name, Kelly?
My last name's Everhart.
Okay, Kelly. And what's a good number in case we get disconnected?
813-456-7889.
Thank you so much, Kelly. How can I help you today, Kelly?
Well, I saw your sign over in Tanglewood and wanted to know more about that house.
Perfect. Oh, good old Tanglewood. Well, I look it up. Are you looking in this particular area? What's a better question, Coach?
That's not the question you wanted.
What is a better question?
Well, what has you looking today?
Kelly, what has you looking today in Tanglewood?
Well, okay, so I would say what has you looking, because him looking and him looking in Tanglewood may be two different questions. And I'm just assuming if you don't have a lot of time with him, let's get as much gold as we can. So, what has you oh, here's the other thing. What does good old Tanglewood mean? If I was in Brentwood, would you say good old Brentwood?
Yes.
What does that mean?
That it's a good neighborhood. And everybody's calling on it.
When I hear good old, that doesn't mean that to me. Does it mean it to you guys? Oh, there he is. Grandpa's got his good old sweater on.
Is it an age thing?
That's fine. I'm fighting mad now. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, it's a term of endearment, right? Like good old Beverly Hills.
Right. No, but Denny has a point though, because it makes sense to me, but if it doesn't make sense to for him, it would have been insulting, right? And I think it doesn't matter how we feel about it if the receiver doesn't see it the same way.
If you want to compliment an area, I would think there would be a better way to do it. That's a good old. That's like when I asked my wife, "Hey, I got my 2006 Avalanche. Let's take Bessie. Good old Bessie."
Got it. So just leave that part out, or if you wanted to.
Well, you can say something nice about it. I'm just telling you how it's hit me. And
Yeah, absolutely.
well, Louise, you're a young person, right?
I
Well,
am,
how's
but I
it?
grew up in the country, so like I'm used to that expression.
Well, shucks. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
So what has you looking today, Kelly?
Good.
I'm just driving around, just seeing what the market's doing.
Okay. Typically in this Tanglewood neighborhood,
Good old Tanglewood.
good old Tanglewood, price ranges go anywhere from 400 to 800. Is that the area you're looking at?
And that's a pretty big gap there, 400, 800.
That's correct. What range were you looking at, Kelly?
I'm looking somewhere between 400 and 600.
Okay, I'm almost there where I can pull this up. So this listing in particular is 450. When would you like to come and look at it?
Well, tell me a little bit more about it. How big is it? What is it listed for?
It's 450, and luckily for you today, as of today, it's still available.
That's
All
good.
right. That's good. All right. So you get to that point. It's going to be like this. Let me take over, Kelly. All right. So how big it is? Are you talking about square footage or bedrooms? Kelly, role playing with you.
Oh, it's I need bedrooms.
How many bedrooms are you looking for?
I'm looking for 4.
Okay, this is 3 in the den. Would that work?
Tell me about the den. Can that be converted?
I'd have to check on that. How are you for
Yeah.
time? Do you have a few minutes? I can see how many 4 bedrooms are available right now in Tanglewood. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I do. I have a few. I'm driving around. I can wait.
So if I'm keeping him on the phone because I'm feeding him information rather than, most likely there may be some other signs he can follow on. So I'll tell you why I'm doing that. Did you happen to drive by any other addresses? I can pull that up for you too while you're on the phone with me. Is he really looking forward to calling 3 other people and going through this? So I'm just going to provide whatever service he wants on these houses. So Jose, that's better.
Thank you. I'll continue to work on it.
Yeah. All right. Next. You guys create somebody or you become somebody, buyer, seller, or whatever. And let's go into some other conversations. If not, I'll give you back your time.
Oksana, would you like to step up to the mic? You've had some great input.
Al Baxter's here. Good Al. Susie's here. I got all these fireflies.
Go there, Kelly.
Say that again.
Kelly, you and I can go.
All right. I'll do an inbound call.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Kelly with Keller Williams. How can I help you?
Hi, Kelly with Keller Williams. I'm Oksana Bayou, and I'm calling you about the Happy Gilmore house on the hill.
Can you repeat your name for me one more time? I just want to make sure I have it right. Did you say Oksana?
Bayou, yeah.
Bayou. Great. Well, my name's Kelly Everhart. I really appreciate you giving me a call. Could I get your number just in case we get disconnected for some reason so I can call you right back?
Sure, it's blah, blah, blah.
Awesome. Well, what would you like to know? How can I help you?
So I saw that house on the hill, and it reminds me of the Happy Gilmore house. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan. So can you tell me more about it?
Well, I love Happy Gilmore. I can tell you a little bit about it. I tell you what, while I pull up that information, I know Happy Gilmore is really cool, but what were you looking for specifically? Was there a price range you were looking for? Certain size of the house? What was happening?
Kelly.
Yes.
If you audible, you have to run the original play or the audible play. You can't run both plays at the same time. Decide what play you're running.
Just one question.
Yes.
Oksana, so what price range were you interested in?
I was looking, this is a vacation home, so we're just kind of exploring. But if you're asking me what had me interested in it, We're actually at an Airbnb down the street.
You got an Airbnb down the street. So are you in the market right now actively, or are you just looking around?
We're just looking around.
Okay. So what had you interested in that house? I know you said Happy Gilmore, but what had you interested in that house specifically? To give me a call.
So
We
now you're on about 3 or 4 questions, and so you're going to be wearing, and now it's sounding like a little interrogation.
All right, I'll quit loading the donkey up.
So be the Ritz-Carlton concierge. So, all right, so you're calling about the house. Well, I'm happy to pull that up for you. What would you like to know about it? Forget about your stupid name. I don't know what it is. Louise, Oksana.
we are actually vacationing down the road at an Airbnb, and we love the neighborhood. And we just saw this for sale sign, and we thought we'd inquire.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'll do. You love the neighborhood. Let me just broaden the search. How would you like to know about the other homes in the neighborhood as well while I'm doing this?
You know, that's actually a good idea.
Sure. Now, most of the homes in this resort area go from about $1 million to $1.5 million. Did you have a particular target area, target price range you're looking for?
You know, actually, we just started this search. Well, we're just exploring, so we're open to that.
Well, I've got the one up here. It's a 1.25. Would you like to take a look at it?
Sure.
Or no, that's too much. Well, I've already given it the price range. They're vacationing. So I know you want to know a lot of things about it. Just the way I play the game. In my mind, I've got an egg timer in my mind that every question, the sand is going through that vial. And at some point in time, I will start to sound like a real estate agent. And I really want to sound like the concierge at the Ritz-Carlton. I don't know how to define that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I think we're better stopping one question too soon versus going one question too long. And I set that up by, hey, well, you know, she's vacationing, whatever. You ask the question, are you just looking, or are you committed to buying, or something like that? When you think about that, it's kind of like when you walk into Sears and somebody walks up to you, hey, are you really looking for a washer and dryer, or are you committed to buying one? I don't know that you'll ever get the right answer there. It's a little bit like,
Yeah.
somebody has to mute themselves. So
What?
anyway, good. Louise, you can call me.
Yes. Oh,
Hi,
read the whole.
Whose microphone is that?
Joseph Lento. Let me mute him.
All right. All right. Yeah, sure, D, you can go next after Louise. Louise, your call, I'm calling you.
Yes.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Seriously?
I'm sorry. Hold on. Well, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because I know you. So if I know you in my phone, but I need to put myself in role play mode where I don't know you. Okay, so I don't recognize the number. You're coming in. Hi, this is Louise Weiss with Keller Williams. How may I help you?
Yeah, hey, I'm calling about a house around the corner over there in the Wellington Wells area. And I wanted some information on that if you could help me.
Of course I can help you. Again, I'm Louise Weiss. What is your name?
Denny.
Denny, thank you for calling. And Denny, in case we get disconnected, may you please have your number to call you back on?
So again, I'm going to be a stickler. You didn't follow my model. You don't have my last name.
I know. I was going to come back to it later, but hey, Denny, what is your last name?
Now, let me ask you why. You have, this is, if you think about it, you can do it a lot of different ways, but isn't it like a normal thing to get names in the beginning, then you don't have to worry about it? We did a role play a little bit ago. I forget who was doing it. It might have been, I forget who it was. That the caller identified themselves, and I don't know if it was Kelly or whoever, and they said, well, Kelly, what's your last name? I love that because you're listening. So if they give you your name, don't ask for it again, but get the name up front. That's what I'm teaching anyway. You can do it any way you want. Let's just try it one more time for other people who are trying to learn it. Ring,
Hi,
ring.
this is Louise with Keller Williams. How may I
Hi,
help?
Louise. Yeah. Listen, I saw a house that was listed over in the Wellington Way, I think it was on Wellington Way. And I'd like some information on that. Can you help me?
Absolutely. Thank you for calling. Again, I'm Louise Weiss. And what is your name?
Denny,
Denny.
you're so resisting it.
No, Denny, I raised
I
my.
know. But again, that's like, okay, and your last name, sorry, that's Grimes.
Okay, Denny Grimes. Great. And while I'm pulling that house up, in case we get disconnected, may I have your best callback number.
Well,
Great. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And Denny, I'm curious, what attracted you to the house?
well, we're actually visiting my son and daughter-in-law, and they live not too far from there. Out driving around, it was a nice day, and we thought we'd look around for some real estate.
I understand. I understand. Well, it's almost pulled up and it's coming, but I'm curious, Denny, what price range are you interested in?
Now, here's how it's hitting me. Is it possible, going back to your scenario, you're on vacation, you're looking around, is it possible, and in Florida happens a lot, people are down there visiting people, vacation. Do they have, is it possible they don't have a price range in mind?
Yeah.
Now, if I ask you what the price was, your question would be logical to me, but I didn't ask you what the price. I wanted some information about it. Now you're asking me what price range I'm in. I'm saying that glove does not fit. Does that make sense, everybody?
Okay. So I could ask you some other questions like, oh, Denny, it's almost here. I'm curious, what would a good question?
I got a good one for you.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
That's a good idea.
Or could you possibly say, give her like what you did earlier, Denny, say ranges of homes for sale in that area are blah, 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 and then go into the question.
You could. I'm going to go back though and say, so Louise, if I'm going to teach you the model the way I was taught it. The introduction and then the number. You did the introduction better. Then you said, well, while I pull that information up, what number can I call you back on? Now you've already laid your card. When you say that, the timer has started for you on free parking. You wasted time on that. Okay. So, hey, in case we get disconnected, I can get right back. Okay. Well, all right. Well, what would you like to know about the home? Then you can say, oh, I can pull that up. Now, you see, don't waste your time on the free parking, getting information you would have had anyway.
So if they're not prepared to give you their number, are you going to consider them suspect and not prospect?
I don't consider them anything. I said, okay, well, all right. No, I mean, I have a number already on my phone, most likely, so it's not a hill for me to die on. So they're being a little combative. That's okay. I'm not going to discount them right away for that. I'm just saying, when I say free parking, when you say I'm going to pull that up, the pressure is off you for about 25 or 30 seconds. What gives you a couple of questions to ask. Well, hey, great. What has you looking today? Well, I'm driving around. My son and daughter-in-law live over here. Nice. Okay, well, have you explored any other areas, or I'm pulling up information. Would you like me to pull up the information on any other areas, or is there a certain price range you're looking for, or something?
I like that. Yeah.
So you are basically going to be their chat GPT. We're almost in a world right now that you could say that. I tell you what, you're talking to chat GPT. What would you like to know? I'm going to answer your questions right now. And you're just going to give them great information, and they're going to be appreciative. And throw away the stupid sales book that you have to always close and give them an alternate choice. I believe in the banking theory of sales. You had better make more deposits before you go to the ATM. All right, D, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. So Louise, call inbound call to D.
Ring, ring.
Hi, yes. This is Dee Giles with Keller Williams. How are you?
Hi, Dee. I'm great.
Okay. How can I help you?
I was actually just driving my daughter to school and I drove by a house with a sign in the front and I saw your name and number.
Oh, great. I would be happy to help you. Again, I'm Dee Giles. What's your name again?
I'm Louise.
What's your
Louise?
name?
Oh, and your last?
Did she say Louise up front? Did she say her name up front?
I think I did.
Oh, she did say it up front. Okay, sorry. Oh,
No, did she?
I thought I did.
did she? Yeah, I
If
think she did.
did,
She did. So I missed the last.
But again, so she's trying to get, I didn't say my last name. I just said my first.
no, but if she did, I want you guys to know this. You've got to remember that. That shows that you're standing out. Now, here's the other thing. If she didn't, and you said, give me your name again, then don't say that.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Remember, you are applying for a job that's going to pay you $8,000 to $28,000. So am I being a little bit of a stickler? Yes.
Yes, got it. Can I do it
All
again?
right.
Come on.
So go back to the name thing.
Okay. Hi, yes. This is D Giles giving you a call. I'm sorry. This is D from Keller Williams. How can I help you?
Hi, Dee. I'm Louise, and I actually just drove by a house with your sign in the front. I thought I'd call and ask about it.
Okay. Hi, Louise. Thank you. What and your last name?
Louise Weiss.
Weiss? Okay. Hi, Louise. Yeah. So and you said you were just passing by. Let me ask you something real quick before we get disconnected. What's the best number to give you a call back, just in case we do?
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then what's the address again, Louise?
Well, I don't remember. I just drove by, but I'm over here on Banana Boat.
Okay, give me a few seconds. I'm going to pull that up.
Now that's going to
Okay.
be your speech pattern. What's the address again? She didn't ever give you the address. Why are you asking her to give it to you again? So this is part of your speech pattern. That's okay. But here, you said you were driving by. Do you happen to remember the address or anything about or if you want to soften that, why we do a lot of work in that area by the school. Do you happen to recall the address or anything about the home? In fact, and let's say she says no. I hope she says no. You know why? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not a problem. What if I pull up? You mind if I pull up all the actives over there and we'll figure it out. Fair enough?
Sure. Good idea.
Good.
But I did say that I saw her sign, so I'm sure she can figure out what I'm calling about.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I have probably 15 listings in this farm area of mine, or 10. I wouldn't be able to figure it out. But again, that's why I said we do a lot of work there. So well, let's narrow this down. And if she says, well, it's a one with a giant bird bath. Oh my gosh, yes. Now, when this model, I learned it out of Bold, and the conversation, the script, so to speak, was to say when you call in on the house, oh, everyone's calling on that house. Now, that's kind of like saying, Jose, oh, good old Tanglewood. However, I don't like using that because, number one, what if no one's calling on the house and you say everyone's calling on it and you're not coming from integrity? And I have had in the past, believe it or not, a spy call me on a home, and a seller had hired or asked someone they know to call on it. So they'll help call on their own home to see what my team is saying about their listing. And if I say, well, everyone's calling about that, you think I'm going to hear about that from my seller? Yeah. So I tell you what, the best thing to do is always be honest. And if you don't, if it's an ugly house, you don't have to say it's an ugly house. Well, that's a special house. That's a good old hoarder's house. Okay. Kelly, call D.
Ring, ring.
Hi, yes, this is D Giles from Keller Williams. How can I help you?
Hey, D, I'm interested in a house you have over off Empedrado Street.
Okay, I'll be glad to help you. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Kelly.
Stop.
No.
Give before you get. Again, you gave it up front. They didn't get it. You want them to know and remember who you're talking to. Again, my name is D Giles, and your name, please.
Okay. Gosh, all right, here we go.
You got it. You
Yes.
got it, D. It's okay. Here we go. Ring, ring.
Hey, yes, this is D Giles from Keller Williams. How can I help you?
Yeah, I noticed the house you had for sale on Empedrado Street. I was wanting to know if you could tell me more about that.
Absolutely. And again, I'm Dee Giles. And what's your name?
My name is Kelly.
Okay, Kelly. And your last name?
Last name is Everhart.
Great, Kelly Everhart. Okay. And just in case if we get disconnected, give me the best number to give you a call back at.
Now, that sounded so natural. Did it feel weird?
No, I just had to remember it again. No, it didn't feel weird. I just need to practice. That's all.
Now, again, one more thing. I'm Mr. Miyagi. I'm going to make sure you get the wax on just
I
right.
need it. Thank you.
What is your name is a rude statement to me.
I know I didn't mean to say that. So, okay. And your name, please.
Could be that. And I want you to say this. My name is D Giles. I'm not, you don't say it faster than that, but what you're doing is you're repeating your first name twice. Why? I want them to remember my name.
Got it.
And then you're doing, if you go D Giles, it might not get it all. You're modeling the information you want. If you do that, there's a high probability they're going to answer you with the first and last name. Again, if they don't give it to me, I'm not going to get into a fist fight. Anybody else want to try it? Ginger, Alberto, Judith, Jose, Susie, Baxter. I'll even talk to the note taker if they talk.
I'm gonna call you, Denny.
Yes. You want to call me?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you.
What are you going to call me?
Okay, I'm gonna call you about a house that is in Atlantic Avenue,
Okay, go.
2535 Atlantic Avenue. Is this Denny?
Yeah, this is Denny.
Hi, Denny. How are you today? My name is Alberto, and I was driving by Atlantic Avenue, and I see a sign that a house that is right there on the street, and I would like to know more about it.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you calling me, Alberto. Again, my name is Denny Grimes, and your last name is?
My last name is Velandia.
Melinda, thanks. Thanks so much. In case we get disconnected, how can I get right back to you?
954 blah blah blah.
All right. So I can pull that information up. What would you like to know about it, Alberto?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I'll pull that. I'm going to pull that information up here in just a second. You gave me the address, so I'm going to pull it up now. What would you like to know about the home?
I would like to know what is the square footage and how many bedrooms, how many baths.
Okay. Are you in the market for a home, Alberto?
You know what? I'm thinking about moving in this area because it's closest to my office, and that is something that I've been thinking about it because I don't like to be driving every single day 1 hour back and forth.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. Well, what I've done is I pulled up everything inside of Foxfire subdivision. So I've got them all right here. What size home were you looking for? A number of bedrooms. So I just switched it. I just switched him. He's looking, which is great. I'm Winnipeggia. I'm ChatGPT, and I'm going to give him the information. I pulled up all the homes right there, and now I've got everything right now. There's 7 homes available right now, Alberto. How many bedrooms are you looking for?
3, that'd be fine.
Okay.
3 bedrooms, two and a half baths. I mean,
Okay,
2
and
fine.
then you mentioned square footage. What's your square footage requirement?
1,700 to 2,200.
Well, there's 3 that come up. Would you like to take a look at them?
Yeah, maybe.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if he wants to look at them. Now, have I fully pre-qualified him? No, I have not yet.
No.
But if he said yes, he's not hanging up on me.
Got it.
Does that help you, Alberto?
Yes, definitely.
Got it.
So it would involve, obviously I have to say, when do you want to see him? I got to make an appointment. And I say, well, while I'm doing that, can I ask you a few questions so we'll be better prepared?
Sure.
Okay. Then I'm going to go through the questions. Okay. So do you have a timeline? Do you have to sell in order to buy? Oh, and by the way, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Are you currently working with any other agents?
I
So
mean,
I'm
I was
gonna have
working.
all that kind of conversation. And if anything like that comes up, I'm learning before the appointment. But I've already got the appointment if I want it. Does that make sense? Where did Louise go? Did she hang up?
You had to go.
She had to run.
Okay. Anything else before we go? You guys are quiet.
It was a great mastery class today. You said these are the freebies, but we're struggling to them, so it's great to polish it up a little bit.
Yes,
Well, Gary's,
thank you.
thank you. Gary Killer says the pathway to mastery is very boring. So if you're looking for something new, sparklers and Twizzlers and things that jump up and down, you're not going to find it on this call. We're going to go back. Kelly reminded me of this week, is that if you want to perfect your game, you're going to hit the same shot over and over and over.
Right. Yep.
Right? Anything else before I let
Thank
you go?
Okay, hey, if you have a recorded film or recorded version of this, go back and watch it. It really helps just when you can learn vicariously by watching or hearing yourself on film. So film is so important.
Well, I'm glad you brought it. It is recorded,
you.
you guys, and it is posted on my YouTube channel, Denny Grimes, Mastery of Real Estate. Let's go to YouTube. And look, in the search bar, just put a D and I'll come up.
Hey, can
You
I
guys have a great
speak-
weekend.
Denny, I'll speak to that real quick. It's real easy to find Denny Grimes on YouTube, and there's a lot of valuable stuff on that YouTube channel.
How many
Yeah.
videos?
Sorry.
How many videos do you see on there? It's like 300 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great resource. I go to it every day, and I'm not buttering Denny up here, but I go to it every day since I found out about it, and it really helps me even with my own weekly updates that I do on social media. It helps me with other things that I'm doing with marketing to my own clients. So that's what I think this is all about, like helping each other out. We're all in the same market, right? We're all in the same boat. So providing service to others first is what Denny's all about. So that's why I'm here.
Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kelly. Love you, made it. Kelly already has a free Tesla. But his wife drives it.